everyone, this is Monstertaming coming at you with another Kindred community newsletter. This time is June 30th, 2023. So for the single player, we have new VFX for Phantoms. They have a slight smoky glow with a sparkling effect is most noticeable when they stand still and leave a subtle trail behind them when they move. Here is an example of Phantom Lumala. That is a very interesting little trail they got there. Are we gonna get to see a move, maybe? Because they said that they'll leave a trail behind them as they move. It's also nice to actually see the Phantom Lumala. I really like the glowy eyes and stuff, how it contrasts. But no, we're not gonna get to see a move. But I do like the Phantoms have even more effect than just a recolor. Makes me wonder a little bit about the lore of them. The name Phantom, the coloration, and the smoky trail makes me think they might like be almost like a ghost or something. But we'll see. North Star is waiting on final touches of their model and will be ready for rigging soon. Violet Fang's model is currently being rigged for animations, while standard and combat animations are underway for Little Bandit. Mr. LK model has been rigged and implemented for his scenes. Mr. Green Collar's model is rigged and awaiting implementation. We're also in the process of creating concept art for another major human NPC. Multiple outfits for NPCs are currently in the rigging process, modeling a few new hairstyles, including the simple bun we showed on Twitter this week. Human characters will soon be receiving several miscellaneous animations like getting in and out of bed, sliding and turning while sprinting, and gardening. We've given the character creator an option to randomize the initial character. We've also cleared up our character creation, inventory, and quick use menus for smoother experience. The boss room we've been working on has come a long way. We've implemented the boss character's final model, and the model for the room itself is mostly complete with scaling and a few set pieces, set piece models still in the work. While we continue working on concept art for the opening cinematic, we're also creating concept art for graveyard set pieces. We're nearly finished with the house models for town. Very soon we'll be implementing these, all these houses, and adding more NPCs to create the full town experience. Our cinematic animations are out of pre-visualization phase and into the polish phase. This means we're finished blocking out the general animations, camera movements, and now we can get to focus on the details of smaller motions and animations. The VFX for an important scene are finished, and we're really pleased with the result. We've been writing NPC dialogue with guild officers with different versions patrolling the wilderness and those stations in town. They'll have a handful of different dialogues depending on different circumstances. Interesting, so now we know for sure that guild officers will be patrolling the nearby wilderness, as well as acting as like guards for towns and stuff, and I would assume maybe they would keep the law in a given town. Like if you commit a crime, maybe the guild officers would be who you have to deal with. We're doing extra terrain sculpting in a few areas for a unique side mission. The logic to run through the side mission has been implemented in its basic form, and we're currently adding more of the details. We implemented a combat AI at different levels for one of our starting area kinfolk. We've also added features related to flying NPC AI and how they navigate in combat. In an effort to continue polishing the field combat, we changed the camera to make it rise up a fair bit while you're using spawn, call down, and lob attacks for easier aiming. Also trying out some changes to how certain ranged attacks can be used while running away from a target. Instead of kinfolk being able to fire directly behind them without looking, they'll stop, turn around, and shoot. Okay, that's interesting. Keep reading for just a little bit. This applies when running away. Shooting while strafing is unchanged. This allows attack animations to actually line up with the direction attack's traveling, and the levels the playing field for melee focused characters. Yeah, that definitely levels the melee focused characters, because now you can't really kite. If you do that, then strategies, especially with Lumala and to a lesser extent with like Ember, will really suffer. That was like a huge nerf to ranged characters. I'd be very interested to see how that plays out. We've improved how we handle GUID components that are most often used for saving and loading. Essentially, we automate much of the process so that it's easy to work with and less error prone. As always, we continue to implement new kinfolk abilities to fix bugs as QA finds them. For example, we fixed issues with NPCs having incorrect rotations with firing abilities. Worked on some tooling for Steam so our QA test to see version updates more reliably. We've also discovered this theme counts working in Unity as playing the games. Our devs are going to get some impressive hours in. Alright, for the community, the Taylor backers is done now. This I'm uploading this late. I apologize for that again, but Taylor backers are they're done. It's over. So if you had the Taylor and you haven't submitted it yet, it's all over. But if you did submit it, that's good news. For scribes, you still have until July 31st to submit your title. Check your email if you have this tier, or email support@scammel.com if you have any questions. Thanks for stopping by. Our next newsletter will be on July 14th. See you then. As a little side note before we go, I'm probably going to use this in my thumbnail, this picture of this Lumala. I considered not doing it as it might be spoilers, but they shared it in official media and they shared it in the newsletter. And it would seem that it is something that SkyMail wants to share. And so I was thinking that should be fine for a thumbnail. If you have any disagreements with that in the future and you would like me to not show anything like this in the future, then let me know. I just felt like it would be clickbait to say, oh, new Phantom VFX, and then not show you what it is right in the thumbnail. But you can leave that in the comments of what your opinions on those type of things are. Until next time, this is Monstertamer signing off. Hope you have a wonderful day. Goodbye. God bless. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.